Hey there, everybody. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another episode of Album Homework Assignment. Look who's here down below to my left or right, however this comes out. The ladies are here today, going head to head. They've given each other their albums assignments. Welcome, Sydney Taylor and Lynne Versaci. Hello, ladies.
Hello.
It's like a mini Hudson Valley Squares episode today. I love it. Hudson Valley Squares on Sunday. Yes, Sunday morning. So they've had their assignments for the last couple of weeks. They've been listening to their albums, and they're going to be talking about them today. And I will ask each one of them what they think about it. Would they ever buy these? Would they just listen to them online, or would they just completely forget about these albums after we get done today? So Sydney, why don't you kick us off with your assignment that was given to you from Lynne?
All right, cool. So it's great because I feel like Lynne and I have such similar musical tastes. So I feel like she's really good at knowing what I will like, and hopefully me the same to her. But she assigned me Dixie Dregs Night of the Living Dregs, which which to be honest with you, I don't know how I haven't listened to this before. I feel like there are a couple songs where I definitely had heard it before, and I just wasn't 100% familiar with the fact that I had heard it before. But yeah, I mean, first off, when I first took a look at the record in general, I was a big fan of the fact that it was only 8 songs. So it's not like, kind of like we were talking about the other night on Hudson Valley Squares, of like how great albums from, the 70s and 80s and even early 90s, were very kind of short, to the point, had no filler, all killer, as they say, right? Yeah. So yeah, I mean, starting off, from the first song, Punk Sandwich, I was like, this is kind of like, it started, I was like, this is kind of cool, like right up my alley of like kind of feel good, like if I, kind of reminded me of something I would listen to in the summer, like tailgating or at the beach, or like that kind of vibe. I really, really liked it, kind of kicking it off. Also, I liked the title track a lot. It's like very upbeat, again, like very fun. Yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed this. I honestly, like I said, didn't know a lot about this. And looking it up and kind of doing some research about these guys, like had no idea that Steve Morse was, I was totally like no knowledge on this at all, which again, I don't know how I managed to not have any knowledge on it, but I was like, holy shit, Steve Morse. And yeah, I mean, it was honestly really killer. I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. And yeah, I know you're gonna ask me if I'll listen to it again later, but yeah.
And you like Winger, right? So you got Rod Morgenstein on drums, right?
Yeah, which I'm like, that makes so much sense why Lynne loves it too, because I know she's talked about him a lot too. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun to listen to. I was happy she gave me that one.
So I have a couple questions. Well, actually, Lynne, you probably have questions for me before I start blathering on. Lynne,
I don't, because I thought that she would. To be honest with you, I was shocked when because I gave her that, or I gave her Roxy Music Avalon, which is like one of my favorite Roxy Music.
I heard that one, so that's why I was like, I didn't.
Yeah, but I was like, all right. So when she said, "Oh, I gotta listen to that," and now hearing that she never really heard of it, maybe a song or two were familiar, that just makes me so much fucking Sunday afternoon. Sorry for Lord's Day. That just made me so much happier because, again, Rod Morgenstein, Steve Morse, like they're just two of my favorite players, and I think that's a really good record. And like she said, all killer, no filler. It's short, to the point. It's one right after the other that it's just moving and grooving. It's just, again, it's seasoned musicians. This is not your average like John Schmo is not playing with Rod Morgenstein. It's all killer players, and the way they fit together is just, it pales in comparison to some of the music that's going on today.
Even the instrumentation too is like it's just so off the charts. I mean, again, you're just talking about like how great all of these players are. Like I said, even just starting off from that first song, I mean, the bash is great. Long Slow Distance is a great song. Like, it's just and again, I have no idea how this was not on my radar, or how I didn't like listen to this album before. But yeah, no, I mean, and like I said, we were talking about kind of all killer, no filler, but I think when you do have an album like this that is short, it's not about it being like short and to the point. Like, I don't want to like be over with listening to it, but it's, every song is a quality song with, that makes it the album what it is. It's like, I'm in in the middle of reviewing an album, which I won't name because I don't want to like throw anybody under the bus, but it's like 15 songs and it's a newer album, and it's the shortest song is like 3 minutes and 13 seconds long, and it's just like, oh my God, it's like brutal almost to listen to because it's so long. And I feel like with an album like this, where it's everything is kind of well thought out and well placed, and it is only 8 songs, I think kind of adds to the quality of it, in my opinion. So
were you intimidated at all when you found out that it was an instrumental album?
Not really, if I'm being honest. I think when I listened to the first song, I was like, oh, okay. And then once I got to the second song, and I was like, oh, okay. And then I kind of realized as we went into it. But it didn't really bother me at all because it made it a lot of fun to, I don't know, it just made it fun to listen to, because I don't typically also gravitate towards instrumental albums all the time. I'm a big, vocal lyric person.
Yeah.
But even with that, I didn't find it like, oh God, like unbearable, to listen to, or like I didn't get halfway through and go, man, this is boring or anything like that. It kind of kept my attention. So yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
It's like going to that guitar concert. What the hell was that guitar concert I went to?
the G3 thing or the guitar?
Yeah, I remember I saw it was like that. It's like that, but like half of it,
Right.
The one in Albany we went to was like forever and forever and forever, forever. This is like really good music, but it's half of that. You know what I mean? That's what I meant by like shortened to the point. Like you get it all in a small chunk. You don't have to like.
Their songs aren't long, and it's just quirky, fun music because it's like guitar and keyboards and violin and drums and bass, and it's just I mean it's not, and it's hard to pigeonhole the Dixie Dregs. I mean they're kind of not rock, they're kind of not jazz, they're kind of a little bit of country and bluegrass, they're kind of a little bit of classical, and they kind of do like everything and just put it in a blender and bloop, there you go. Dixie Dregs, that's what we are. That's the kind of
music.
music.
Do you like them? Pete, do you like them?
I love the Dregs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And Sydney, I would say if you like that album, they're all really good. They don't have a ton of albums, but they're all really fun. They're really fun. So the question needs to be asked: would you consider buying this Dixie Dregs album? Maybe listen to it online occasionally, or would you just forget all about it? Or here's I've added like a fourth part to this question. Or would you consider like investigating some more in the catalog at some point?
I think I would definitely buy it. I think it would be a fun album to have in my collection. Like I said, like just something kind of feel good to put on when I, want it. And yeah, I mean, I think I definitely would, touching on that too, would also pick the last option of I would investigate, deeper into the catalog. Like I said, I think it was a really good listen, and I'm eager to see, I haven't yet, but I think I'm going to, I'm eager to see what the other albums are like, if they're similar, different, same vibe, different kind of, vibe going on or whatever. So yeah, no, I like this a lot. This is a good choice.
There is there's a CD you can get. It's on Amazon that has, I think, 3 or 4 of their albums in one little collection, and that's probably your best bet because you can get a whole couple of them in one shot. It's pretty cheap too.
Yeah, Lynne's like, damn, I didn't know about that.
I didn't. Well, like I said, you guys are huge collectors, right? Like I kind of feel bad because you guys are all collectors of albums and records, and I don't really.
We're nerds. Go ahead. You can say it. We're nerds. I get it.
I didn't say you're nerds. I just don't have the space to house all of that. I just don't have it. And if I did, I would probably start adding to my collection. And truth be told, is when I start adding on to my house, I want to make a music room so I can actually do that.
Either that or get a she shed. Problem solved.
I'm struggling with the same thing, Lynne. Like I got this. It's behind me over here, but I got a new like shelf thing last fall or whatever for all my records.
It's probably full already, Sid.
Yeah, that's what I'm dealing with. So I think I might have to get like, it's like, one of those shelves that's like the 4 cubes, right? So I think I might have to get another one and put it on top of it so I can, it's a struggle. Like it's I wish I had.
Gonna need more cubes.
More cubes.
Gonna need a bigger boat. It's like,
oh,
yeah, no, I totally get that. And that's my issue is that when I was younger, I definitely had a lot more oomph to buy records, go to like Record City, go to all the stores, go to Steven's store. And now, like I said, that I find myself a single mom and doing like, I have to take care of other things than just go to the store and buy records. But my kids are getting older. So now I'm like they're away for a few weeks and I'm by myself and I'm like, oh, I could build a record room. I could build a music room right now. I knew what the hell I was
listening to right now.
We've got some free time. Hey, you want to take some free time and listen to this bad boy, right? Like, God, I mean, 7 CDs in there. I don't even know. This is something to keep you busy for a couple of weeks, right?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Well, one of these days you'll get back into it. Trust me. Anyway, I applaud you for that pick, Lynne. That's a great choice. I'm glad. I'm so happy you assigned that to her. That's very cool.
Yeah. Well, again, can I just say that one thing is Rod Morgenstein.
Yeah.
Like, can I say more?
Yeah, I figured when I took a look at, like the credits and everything, I was like, oh, this makes sense for Lynne.
You know?
Always
And
with
he's
those
such a
drummers.
great
Always with
guy.
those drummers, I tell you.
Listen, he's such a nice guy too. I can't even he's just so humble and he tells you stories about where he learned from and he doesn't even, and I'm sure he knows he's good, but he's not like, oh, I'm all that in a bag of chips. He's just not. He's just, I can't.
Love it.
Cool. All right, Lynne, what were you given by Sydney to listen to?
First of all, so I have been listening to this one song on the radio for a little while now since it's been out. And then all of a sudden, Sydney gives me this fucking whole record to listen to. I was like, I'm not worthy. Like, I love you, Sydney. I'm so happy. I just wanted to go through the phone and hug her when she gave me. I'm still going to come hug you, Sydney. It doesn't matter. But
October 1st.
I was listening to Dorothy. Would you say you want to do it first?
No, I said October 1st. You can do all the hugging on October 1st.
I thought this was like, I'm going to do it first. I was like, bitch, I will get in my car and drive 3 hours right now. You will not do it first. I will win,
oh, man.
So I think that she gave me Dorothy, Rock is Dead from 2016. So now I have been listening to Rest in Peace for like ages. I mean, since it was out on the radio. And I just totally love it. Now my dog's barking to go out. He's gonna have to wait. So she gave me this I say record, but whatever. I was listening to it on YouTube, and one after the other, I was blown away. Like, I kind of want to be her because first of all, she's hot. Her voice is killer. It's unbelievable. I'm gonna go in the other room because he's bothering me. I'm just gonna take y'all with me. So it first starts with Kiss It, right? And that song is just, like I said, the record starts and I'm blown out of the water automatically. Starts with a clap, cool guitar riff, really, really cool, just really cool beats. What I write, very catchy off the bat. Then it goes into Dark Nights. It was a really cool groove with Dark Nights. And again, everything she's singing, and I'm just waiting in the record for something to be crappy or something to be, I can't even say everything was good. And some of it's kind of like what I'm going through right now in life. So I was like, holy shit, this is like Sydney sending me a record to talk to me, Raise Hell. It's got that Southern twang, kind of, sort of, right? That was catchy. Wicked Ones. It's got a great hook. Let's see, Gun in My Hand. It's got a really killer harmonica, and who doesn't like a nice harp on a song? I love that. And it's why did love put a gun in my hand? I don't know. I was listening to it yesterday. I hate
harmonica.
Huh?
I hate harmonica.
Do you really?
Yeah, I can't stand harmonica.
Oh man, see now, and I like even when I'm at a jam or at a party or I'm at an open mic and somebody just picks up a harp and just starts wailing away. I love that.
I know I'm a weirdo. Most people love harmonica.
You're weird. I don't know what to say. And then what else? Let's see. One of them was called Medicine Man, was a little mellower, kind of had a Western vibe.
Yeah.
Medicine Man kind of had a little Western vibe. Woman was a little mellow, but great lyrics. I kind of felt the pain in her voice, but it was an old school 70s kind of feel, that tune. Great guitar tone on that song. Then Whiskey Fever. I mean, if it said Bourbon Fever, I would have been like, what shows? But not that, either way. Whiskey Fever was good. I Wanted to Dance, great vocals. After Midnight, nothing good comes after midnight when you're playing with the devil's game. I say that all the time. And half the time at my age, I don't like to bartend after midnight. So I'm like, oh, hell no, I'm not working after midnight. Nothing good ever happens after midnight. And then that song came on. I was like, I say that. It's just, then Missile, Shelter. I mean, I don't know, but Missile, I think I'm using it as my new theme song.
I love that.
Yeah, so I think you're just gonna have to like, for Pete, he's gonna have to like listen to the lyrics and be like, oh, okay, I get it now. Psycho.
Missile, okay.
Yeah, it was really, but Shelter, it says, will you give me shelter from myself? It was slow, a little slower than the other songs, but again, heartfelt, painful. I think Dorothy's got an amazing voice. I think she's beautiful. I think the band itself is really good. Like I said, the guitar tone on this whole record was great. The drums were good. The bass, I mean, it was all like, they fit together really well. But like I said, because I've recently just heard of her, 2016, when Sydney sent me that, it was from 2016. I was like, 21, 22. Hey, wait a minute. Where's this girl been? What's wrong with me? I've been living under a box. That's kind of what I felt like, and it's true. And I know Butch has said it, and a couple of my friends have said it. Like, I don't tend to listen to a lot of the new stuff only because I don't know it.
Yeah.
Right. Like, I'm so busy with all my jobs and my kids and doing this stuff. And like I said, mowing my lawn, like stupid shit that I don't get a chance to. Like, Sydney's in the business of, she has to know records. She's playing the records on the radio. She's gotta, and when you're in that vein, and it's funny, when I was in that vein, I was listening to records. When I had this like YouTube show with this Hudson Valley News Network here, and I was constantly doing music, I knew newer stuff, but now you guys, I feel like, are gonna have to feed me the new stuff, if you wouldn't mind. And I say new, but new old, because even 2016, I'm like, shit, what else did I miss? I'm sure there's thousands of records I missed, that I just haven't heard that are killer. And again, I'm mowing the lawn today. I was like, I know what I'm listening to when I mow the lawn, like, I don't know. My neighbors probably think I'm a psycho because I was like trying to like sing, and I'm like, it's like I at one point,
Typical Lynne fashion, making up lyrics
about the moon and the Judah and the spring. Like, I just was making up shit because the group was so good. I didn't know the words. It's amazing, and I would buy it again and again and again. So Dorothy, you're fucking amazing. Sydney, I love you. Send me more shit. That's all I can say. Whenever I make posts, I'll say to people, like, send me stuff. I'm constantly telling people, hey, send me stuff. And I mean it, send me stuff, because there's a whole bunch of stuff I'm sure I missed.
Cool.
Yeah.
I love it.
Go ahead, Sydney.
Okay, I'm glad you liked it. It's funny because I discovered Dorothy back before I worked at the station that I work at now. This was probably back in like 2017 or 2018. I just moved to Philly, and she was playing at a venue here, and I had heard of her, but my parents were actually like, this girl Dorothy is she's on MMR all the time. Like, we've heard her a bunch. She's got a really good voice. So I decided to go to the show, and I saw her. And at the time, it's funny because that record that I gave you, she kind of it was like a mixture between, like you said, a little bit of Southern, but she had like kind of like a hard rock edge to her. And then when I saw her, the next album is called 28 Days in the Valley, and she kind of went and did this like kind of hippie, like kind of like Stevie Nicks vibe, where she like brought sage on the stage, and like I was like, okay. I mean, I really liked her because I think that her voice is amazing. Her voice live is about the same as it is on the record. So, and then now with the new record that you're talking about, which Rest in Peace is on, which I also recommend you listening to that full album too. She's kind of back to this hard rock kind of feeling. So I'm really glad that you like that one, because I know I don't know, I think I might have seen you post about it on Facebook that you were that song, and I was like, she would probably like that earlier record because it's more of that vibe. So I mean,
totally.
She's great. She's got a really great voice. It's funny, I always thought when I first saw her, I thought that she had a bigger audience. Like, it felt like she had a really big audience, and she does to a certain extent, but she's still kind of, like you said, more people are discovering her. She's still kind of trying to hit the stride. But I think she's great. So I'm really happy that you enjoyed it. And
no, I told you, and I have heard the new record. Then that's why I was like, when you gave me that, I was like, like when you say the new record, like I thought that was the record. I thought it was the record. Like, not new. Like, I thought this was it. She just came out. Maybe she had an EP. Maybe she was just. But then when you told me that, and I was like, what? She's got other stuff. And I didn't listen to the in between. I didn't, but I would. And maybe in that sense, maybe she was just still trying to find herself, like her vein or her mood, and which is totally cool either way, you know, because her voice is so good she could sing the phone book, right?
And the second record too, which I said is more like a hippie vibe. It's good too. It's its own, like you said, it's its own kind of thing. I think she wrote with Linda Perry on that album. And so she kind of did a little bit of like a little tamer vibe. Wasn't like, you know, a lot of like super hard rock stuff, but that first album and the new one are definitely more of that vein. So I had a feeling you would like it, so I'm glad that you did.
So very cool homework assignment. I was super happy.
Gotta love that when it happens, right? So Lynn, I know you don't buy a lot of stuff. Would you consider buying this, or
no, you know
do it
what?
online, downloading it, all that kind of stuff?
I'm not downloading it because, and Butch will laugh at this, I'm one of those dorks that I don't know how to get my music to my phone. I have no clue.
Do you have a Spotify account?
No, I don't. My daughter would have, like, I have Pandora and I pay for no commercials because I just get to put in what I want, and music plays, and I'm always happy when I find out what the next song is, you know. The caveat to that is, right, I don't get to listen to what I want. I just listen to what comes up. And that's okay. But I think I'm going to start buying more CDs, and then, like I say, keeping them for my collection or whatever, and then trying to get my kids to help me get it on my phone.
There you go.
Yeah,
so the moral of the story is Lynn is going to try and do whatever she can to listen to more Dorothy, right? So.
Oh, no question. Yeah, more of that, and like I said, more of anything like that. More, and I, you know, like I said, it made me feel so good. Sometimes you forget where you come from when you work all the time, and you're a mom, and you're single mom, you're working all these jobs, and you're doing all this stuff. And I just go back to listen to the old faithfuls, right? That make me feel good. I know this is going to make me feel good. I'm putting on Mindcrime. I'm putting on Priest. I'm putting on Five Finger, some Volbeat, like whatever, you know, like some, you know, whatever. So I put it on and it makes me feel good. But then the new stuff, I'm like, shit, you know what? Like, I really got to step out of my comfort zone or my bubble, because there's new stuff that'll make me feel just as good, if not better, you know?
It's funny that you say that, because for me, it's almost, I've noticed starting at this job, and like you said, like, we play a lot of new music because we're active rock and all that stuff. And so it's funny because sometimes I feel like I get so like entrenched in this world of like new stuff that I wasn't in before. Like playing them and you know, hearing newer songs that I would not have known if I was not probably having to pay attention to it. So then I go back to the stuff that I love so much. Like, you know, we did top 5 favorite albums, and like, I still obviously listen to that stuff. I'm not saying I don't. But when I do, you know, go home and listen to it instead of listening to the new song I played on the radio, which is very important, and I'm glad that we do that.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh man, like this is why I do what I do, because I love this stuff so much.
Well, welcome to my world. I mean, that's what I've been doing for like 20 years. It's like you have to be listening to all this new stuff all the time to either talk about on here or write about on the webzine. That sometimes you crave that hour or two where you can just go and pull out that Black Sabbath or Priest or Maiden CD. It's like, I really need to listen to that favorite CD of mine and not listen to 10 new things that have come out over the last month. So it's a challenge sometimes. It really is.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, when I was doing that stuff, when I was reviewing records and whatever for that Hudson Valley News Network, like, I would listen to more new stuff because I would have to review it and then write a review, talk about it, interview the person, whatever that was. And now I don't do that anymore. So now I'm like, I want to say stuck with the old stuff, but I'm back to just the old stuff. I got to realize, like, all right, let's get with the program here.
You got you, Lynn. We'll send you the new stuff.
Keep feeding you.
Much love, guys. I appreciate it.
You hang around with us, you'll be fine. You'll be just fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna hang around with you cats. You cats are cool.
We are.
Love
so there you have it. We got 2 positive responses, 2 either buys or we'll investigate further here, and that's always a good thing. So thanks to both Lynn and Sydney for giving each other some homework and doing the homework assignment as it so goes. So some of you may also be wondering what I was talking about earlier when I mentioned October 1st. So the cat is out of the bag now. Sea of Tranquility Fall Fest will be happening Saturday, October 1st at the Chance in Poughkeepsie, New York. More information to come on that soon as far as bands and schedule and all that kind of stuff, but it will be live music. It will be an all-day event. There'll be live music, panel stuff. You'll see the Hudson Valley Squares, and in the Prog Seat, all of us folks will be there doing some fun panel shows and things. We'll have lots of bands, lots of music, lots of fun in Poughkeepsie, New York.
That's right.
Put it on your calendar, save the date. More information on bands and ticket information coming up real soon. So stay tuned for that. So thanks for watching. Visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, all together. All the damn time. For Lynne Versaci and Sydney Taylor, I am Pete Parlow. Stay tuned tomorrow for the three of us, hopefully anyway, on the Hudson Valley Squares. Till then, have a good rest of your Sunday, and we'll see you later on. Bye-bye.
Bye.